Happy Friday. Coming off a nice 3-1 day, and we got a 14 game slate. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, ready to talk some more baseball to end the week up. We came off a winning day. That's right, breaking news. We won. We went 3-1 yesterday. Absolutely awesome. Needed it, but it's just one day. So went 3-3 on Thursday. We didn't have a baseball video yesterday, as you guys know, but we did have a nice 2-0 sweep in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. So hopefully we can keep that rolling. But before we get into anything, I just want to say something that's more important to me and Ryan as well. Family first. Thank you guys for all the condolences with what Ryan's going through and everything. He really appreciates it. He wanted me to make sure I told you guys we're a community. We're in this together, so we do appreciate it. Just want to say thank you. But I just want to also say we have a new Jabo MVP, so let's bring it up. There it is at Sebastian Sanders 2728. Thank you very much for becoming a Jabo MVP. We really appreciate the support. If you want to become an MVP, just hit that join button under the video. It's just $2.99 a month. Just a way to give back for all the work we put in. If we've helped you in any way, whether it's entertainment, betting, anything like that, never required, but always appreciated. So thank you for that. Also, you get some badges, emojis, shout out, prioritize replies, things like that. But as you can see, I'm nice and dressed up because I just went to my sister's high school graduation. So congratulations to her. That was a cool event to go to. But I'm ready to get started because we got a big old slate to get into. And of course, that means we start with the baseball fun fact. So here we go. It's a quicker one. So immaculate innings are rarer than no hitters, in case you didn't know that. And for you guys that are saying, what the heck is an immaculate inning? It is when a pitcher throws 9 pitches, all strikes for 3 strikeouts, and you're done. That's right. 114 immaculate innings have been thrown compared to 323 no hitters. Just wanted to point that out. Just a random stat. So, but anyways, in this video, we're going to recap Wednesday and Thursday. And then we got a whole bunch of info to get into. We got good hitter matchups. We got who's on fire finally, a couple days late, but that's just how it went this week. And then good pitcher strikeout matchups. I'm going to try to do the bullpen report. Actually, we're going to have a new name for that soon because you guys had some good ideas. But we're going to do that maybe on Monday, if not Tuesday. Everything's been kind of pushed back, so didn't have time for that, but we'll get you that. And then the pitcher report, of course. And then we'll give you those best bets and hitter parlay ideas. Wrap it all up with the bets recap. I did go to the graduation, like I mentioned, which means I got home super late. We're recording this super late, but I'm going to give you as many ideas and options and bets as possible. But of course, I'll also give more in the pinned comments, X, and Discord. So hit that like button if you haven't already, and hit that comment, or don't hit that comment. Leave a comment below, like you guys do every single day. It helps the growth of this channel, the algorithm, everything. We are over 25,000 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you guys. We really appreciate it. And then if you're new, hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome, positive community. And let's have some fun and talk sports betting. So let's get into it. And it starts with the recap. All right, here's the recap from Wednesday and Thursday. We had 6 bets out there, and everything was a half unit Wednesday and Thursday. We went 3-3. Should have been better. Seager hits a single in his second at bat in the 3rd inning, and then leaves with a hamstring injury. He has no chance to get another base, unfortunately. And then Mikolas threw an absolute gem, but still gave up 2 earned runs. Was just sitting over 70 pitches. Thought we had a couple more innings to get one more run because I had his over 2.5 earned runs, and he gets taken out because it was the 7th inning, I believe. I don't get it. I thought he'd throw more, but it is what it is. Hit the Yankees easy because they're just awesome. And then the sweaty Zach Eflin, who had the guts to tail that one under a half a walk. He gets it done. The pitch count was low like we thought, so that was a nice winner. But 3-3 overall. And then Thursday, finally, hopefully this can kind of kickstart us. But the Mariners money line, Red Sox team total over was easy peasy. D-backs team total also very easy. And then the Cardinals minus 1.5 was the only one not easy because they lost the game outright to the Colorado Rockies at home with Sonny Gray on the mound. Welcome to baseball. And if you don't know yet, baseball is very hard to bet. It's a challenge, and I like the challenge. So, but anyways, 3-1. Hopefully we can get this going. Of course, we're just doing half unit plays because I want to play it safe until I really start feeling it. But as this weather is turning and the offenses get going, this is when I usually try to target some team totals a little bit more. It doesn't mean every single day, but it's off to a good start on Thursday. So that's the bets recap. That's the overall record, trying to dig ourselves out of that early hole. As you can see, it's all been game bets luckily or lately, or this season, I guess. If you take that out of the way, we are definitely up some units, but that doesn't matter. We can't do that. So that's the recap for Wednesday and Thursday. And now let's talk some good hitter matchups. Okay, we got 18 good hitter matchups for you today for June 7th. And it goes from most at bats on the top left to least at bats. And we only do six or higher usually on at bats on the bottom right. But the highlights, in case I've had some questions, the highlights mean nothing. It's just separated so it's not just a bunch of white letters running together. I don't know if it looks better, but to me it kind of does. So that's why we do it. So, but Taylor Ward, how about 14 for 28 versus Framber Valdez? That's pretty incredible. And then Joe Adell. These are guys that we don't usually bet on, obviously, but we got Tyler Stevenson down there on the left, 8 for 13 with 2 extra base hits and a home run. Kyle Tucker, Wilmer Flores, so on and so on. But on the right side, you got Cedric Mullins, 5 for 10. Ryan Mountcastle, 6 for 9 with a couple home runs off Aaron Savali. I think we've talked about that matchup before. But anyways, those are all the guys. Finished it off with Luis Arias, 5 for 7 versus Brandon Pfaadt. So that's the hitter matchups. And now let's talk who's on fire. All right, if you're new to the channel, we like to do this once a week. It is hitters on fire in the last 7 days. You have to have a minimum of 20 at-bats or more and hit 340 or higher to make the list. And here we are. Just so you guys know, this might help because, when the guys are on hitting streaks, sometimes you can tail them and get some winners. But the leader in the clubhouse, the green ones means you have the highest. Fernando freaking Tatis, 542 average. We haven't heard about him much this year. 1 home run, 4 RBIs, just been absolutely crushing the ball, especially the last 2-3 games. And then Yordan Alvarez leading the way in home runs and then tied for RBIs, but he has 3 bombs with 6 ribbies. And then Mark Vientos of the Mets, of course. I mean, we knew he'd be up here, right? With 6 ribbies. And then up there on the top, Adley Rutschman, the stud young catcher, 6 ribbies as well. And then we got Spencer Steer mixed in here too, hitting 440 in the last 7 days. Not too bad. And those are the rest of the guys. So take a screenshot. That's page 1. And now let's go check out page 2. And how about this? Elliot Ramos. Guys, I don't even know if I said the first name right. I've heard about him recently, but I don't know a ton about him. I just know he's crushing the ball. 3 bombs and 6 ribbies in the last 7 days. And we got 3 guys hitting 400 with Luis Arias, Josh Bell, Ketel Marte, so on. How about the youngster for Arizona, Blaze? What a name, by the way. Blaze Alexander hitting 476 with 3 ribbies. So that's what we got for you for the hitters on fire. Hopefully this helps you today through the weekend until we do it again next week. But now it's time to talk some arms. All right, we got 3 good pitcher strikeout matchups for you today. Here are the first 2, and the first one is the man with 2 first names, Joe Ryan versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pittsburgh, as you see, 5th highest K percentage versus righties. We're using the last 3 weeks stats. And Mr. Ryan, 77 Ks in 72 innings. His K rate is a bit lower on the road, so I will point that out. He is on the road here at 25.7% compared to 28.4 at home. But his last 3 road opponents, part of that is because they've been tough matchups. Houston, Washington, and Toronto, where he got 4, 6, and 7, but now he has a better matchup. The second one, Chris Sale. My goodness, we bet him last time, and he got absolutely rocked by the A's. But other than that, he's been awesome this year. Facing the Nationals, 7th highest K percentage versus lefties. You don't usually see the Nationals up here for K rates, but they have been against lefties. Sale just been dominant. 82 Ks in 67.1 innings. He has 6+ Ks in 10 of 11 starts. His only miss was that last start versus, or only miss meaning not getting 6 or more, was against the Oakland A's when he got crushed. But he's also had 8+ Ks in 5 straight starts before that last one against the Oakland A's. So take a screenshot. This is page 1. Let's go check out the final pitcher strikeout matchup. It is the lefty, who I do not expect to be on the White Sox after the trade deadline. Garrett Crochet been dominating, going up against the Red Sox, the battle of the Sox. Boston, 3rd highest K percentage versus lefties in the last 3 weeks at over 25%. Crochet's been a strikeout machine. 93 Ks in 69.2 innings. Here's the crazy part, and he's at home, by the way, in this one. He has a ridiculous 39.9% K rate, guys. We're talking a 40% K rate for him when he is pitching at home, compared to only 26% on the road. Tons of pitchers would take that 26%, but that's his weak side. But his last 4 home starts, let's just go over it. Baltimore 11, Washington 6, Cleveland, a team not easy to strike out, with 11, and the Twins at 7. This guy has been an absolute machine, especially at home. So those are the 3 best pitcher strikeout matchups. And now let's take a look at the pitcher report. All right, these are the first 7 matchups of the day. And we got Joe Ryan, who we already talked about, going up against Mitch Keller in Pittsburgh. And then we got some Irvins thrown today. We got Jake Irvin of the Washington Nationals going up against Chris Sale, like we mentioned. And the lefty for the Orioles, Cole Irvin, he is due for some negative regression. As you see, 2.84 ERA with a 4.51 expected. If you're new to the channel, I got all the different columns, and on the bottom you'll see the averages for something to compare it with. But expected ERA just kind of takes a ton into it, and it tells you if you're due for some negative, positive regression, you've been getting lucky, things like that. Logan Allen has been awful for the Guardians. Let's be honest, 5.83 ERA, and he's actually due to be worse. That's how bad he's been. Over a 1.5 WHIP. He's just giving up hit after hit after hit, giving up about 11 hits per 9 innings, going up against Ryan Weathers, who's been okay. He's been decent this year, but yeah, there's not a ton of great pitchers on this page. Chris Sale and Joe Ryan, of course, but Yamamoto, we haven't talked about yet. Also, he has 28.4% K rate, great low walk rate. He's been solid. That is a great matchup. Yamamoto against the Yankees offense. That's some must watch television right there. So that'll be exciting to watch. But anyways, those are the first 7 matchups. Take a screenshot. Hopefully it helps you get some winners or just starts your day and gets you an idea of where everyone is, what the matchups are like. So let's take a look at page 2 now. These are the final 7 matchups of the day. We got Mr. Bryce Miller of the AL West leading Seattle Mariners going up against the lefty Daniel Lynch, who's only thrown 12 innings so far this year, so not a big sample size. But Miller, like pretty much every Seattle Mariners starting pitcher, just does not give up a lot of hits. What a performance by Wu yesterday. Yes, I'm a Mariners fan. Sorry, I got to talk some good things about him because it's been a long, I don't know, 38 years being their fan. But anyways, Logan Webb actually giving up some of the most hits per 9 innings on this page. But Chris Bassett-Hound on the bottom there, you see he gives up 9.5 hits per 9 innings. A little bit better at home, but he does get to face the Oakland A's and Hogan Harris. Other than that, as you saw, we have some good hitter matchups for the Angels going up against the lefty for Framber Valdez in an AL West matchup. And the lefty Crochet and is pretty much obviously the biggest K percentage guy on this page, along with Bryce Miller. So those are the rest of the guys. We got some decent players, some kind of okay players, but as you can see, the lefty Austin Gomber, he is due for some negative regression with an expected ERA of almost 5. And then for you that like to bet walks, whether it's over or under, I'm not sure, but we got Michael Lorenzen at 12% walk rate right now. It has not been good for him so far. Michael King down there at 10.1 and Bassett at 9 and Hogan Harris at 9.8, but Hogan Harris has only thrown 14.1 innings as well. So that's all my rambling. Those are the 14 matchups for today. Now it's time for the best bets. All right, this segment of the show is brought to you by our sponsor, Better Bet. That's BTR Bet, the best place to find, track, analyze, and share your bets. Click that link below in the description. Use the promo code JABO. You get 30 days free. I am telling you guys, this is an incredible website to help keep track of all your bets throughout the year, give you feedback on what you're doing right, as well as shop odds on all the different sports books. So go check that out. But bet number 1 takes us out to Pittsburgh, where the Pirates are hosting the Minnesota Twinkies. We got the Twins on the money line, minus 122, and the Pirates money line plus 102, with a total of 8 runs in this one. I'm not betting a money line. I'm not betting a total. Let's go to the walks. Give me Joe Ryan under 1.5 walks at minus 115 on DraftKings. We won the Zach Eflin last time under a half a walk. This time we get just a touch of breathing room. I'm not sure why this is priced at minus 115. I kind of was shocked. I was expecting 1.5 walks at minus 150, 160. But it's kind of like the Eflin bet, under half a walk with a good hit rate. So Ryan has 11 walks in 72 innings this year. It's just been incredible. He's gone under this line in 10 of 12 starts. Let me say that again. 10 of 12 starts, he's gone under this line. With that kind of hit rate, to get minus 115 just seems strange. Now you're thinking, well, maybe it's a tough matchup. Nope. He's facing the Pirates. They have the 8th lowest K rate versus righties since May 1st. Only a 7.2% walk rate. They do not walk a lot. And the only reason I think maybe this line is what it is because his 2 that he actually went over this line was 2 of his last 3 starts. So I think we're getting a good buy low spot for him. Give me a guy with the 3.9% walk rate to go under 1.5 walks for the 11th time in 13 starts. I know it can be tough to trust a guy with 2 first names like we've talked about before, but I'm going to do it today. Joe Ryan under 1.5 walks, bet number 1. All right, before we get into the second bet, this will be the last bet on the video. I am definitely going to be adding at least a couple more tomorrow or later in the morning, whenever you're watching this. But this is just what I'm going to go with today, but I'm still going to have some hitter parlay ideas after this, so stay tuned for this. But this one takes us out to Angels Stadium, where the Angels are hosting the Houston Astros. Astros moneyline minus 180. The Angels on the money line plus 150 with a total of 8.5 runs. This may end up being my favorite bet of the day. when it's all said and done. Of course, I'm still doing a half unit on everything until I get back on track. You guys do obviously whatever you want. That's just for me here. But Angels team total over 1.5 runs in the first 5 innings at -120 on DraftKings. I honestly like over 2.5 runs in the first 7 innings. I like over 3.5 in the full game. The Angels smash lefties. That's just what they do. It's wild to think, but they really do. We talked about this before, so I don't understand this line. Let's talk through this real quick. They are facing Framber Valdez. Okay, the Angels are very familiar with him. You saw some of those hitter matchups. There's been a lot of at bats. They both play in the AL West, obviously. Framber already threw against the Angels early this year. Now, one start against them doesn't mean it's going to happen again, but it was 10 hits for 8 earned runs, guys. He was absolutely annihilated. I'm just asking for 2 runs in the first 5. Now, in his 9 starts, he has given up 2+ earned runs in the first 5 innings in 6 of those 9 starts. So he hasn't been that great this year. And he hasn't been missing many bats as well. Only 42 Ks in 54.2 innings. He's given up 51 hits in those 54.2 innings. He has around a 4 ERA. To me, he's kind of an average pitcher this year. He is what it is. I know he's been better in the years past, and his name carries him. He just hasn't been this good. Now, let's talk about this Angels offense and a crazy stat. Since May 1st, the Angels, 7th lowest K rate, 2nd best batting average in the major leagues versus lefties since May 1st, the 4th best overall WRC+, ISO power, OPS. It's been incredible. Now, the Angels have faced 12 lefty starting pitchers this season. 10 of those 12 have given up 2+ earned runs to the Angels in the first 5 innings. That's right. 10 of those 12, while Framber's done it in 6 of his 9 starts, including Christopher Sanchez, 4 earned runs, Cole Reagan, 7 earned runs, and this guy right here, Framber Valdez, 8 earned runs. One of the 2 misses was actually a bet that we had that we faded and we lost, was Carlos Rodon against him. Rodon still gave up 3 earned runs. Just 2 of them happened to be just after the 5th inning. So I just love this play a lot. I mean, I'm going to stay disciplined. I'm going to do a half unit, but this would be like a 1 unit play for me. But I just want to let you know this. I think this line is a little too low. I think the Angels just overall offense gets kind of wrapped into this. But when they face lefties, you can tail them. When they face righties, you want to fade them. So give me the Angels team total over 1.5 runs in the first 5 innings as my second best bet. Let's see if we can stay hot with those team totals. All right, I got 4 hitter parlay ideas for you. I haven't checked the record lately, but I know it's been awesome so far with these. Let's keep it rolling. First one, Fernando Tatis, 1+ hit. He's hitting .542 in the last 7 days, 12-game hitting streak. He's facing Brandon Pfaadt, average matchup, but Pfaadt has given up 65 hits in 73 innings. And oh, by the way, Fernando Tatis is also 9 for his last 13. He's been on an absolute tear. The next one, Tyler Stevenson hitting .346 for the last 7 days. By the way, he plays for the Cincinnati Reds. He is facing Justin Steele, the lefty. You guys already saw it, guys. 8 for 13 off him. That's just silly. With 1 home run. Maybe the best matchup of the day on that page. He has on a 7-game hitting streak. He has 2+ hits in 3 of those last 4 games. I like him as another one. And then another lefty, Luis Arias, 1+ hit. We know he can hit. I mean, he's hitting .400 the last 7 days. Facing Brandon Pfaadt as well. 5 for 7 off him. Hitting .337 on the season. 2+ hits in 11 of his last 19 games. And oh, by the way, he also has 3 4-hit games since May 22nd. He is just a hitting machine. So I probably should have mentioned him after Tatis because they're on the same team. But anyways, those are the first 3. The 4th one's a guy who let me down already before, but Ryan Mountcastle, 1+ hit, facing Aaron Savali. You saw it already, 6 for 9 with 3 extra base hits and 2 home runs off of him. He's hitting .281 this season. He's doing better, especially against righties than he used to do. Or used to hit 1+ hit in 12 of his last 15. It's just another great matchup. So those are 4 of my hitter parlay ideas. There's probably more out there, but again, if you just look at what I've given you all video, you got the who's on fire. If someone's on fire and they have a good matchup, obviously you can check their overall numbers, home, away, righties, lefties if you want to. But those two pages should help get you some good winners and good hitters also. So that's what I got for your hitter parlay ideas. I also have 2 leans that I didn't mention real quick. But it's just 2 K props. Griffin Canning under 4.5 Ks. Houston doesn't strike out much. They're the 10th lowest K percentage versus righties. And Astros hitters have faced Canning 70 times, and they now have a low 12.8% K rate against them. Canning's under this line in 8 of 12. He's not missing many bats. I like him to go under 4.5 Ks. And then over Ks. On the second lean, it's Chris Sale over 6.5 Ks. We already talked about him in the K matchup. Not a lot else to say other than 6+ Ks in 11 of his 12 starts. We just need 7. Just need him to get 1 more. He has 8+ Ks in 5 of his last 6 starts. I think he's going to have a bounce back game here, facing a Nats team who has the 7th highest K rate versus lefties since May 1st. They got some good candidates in that lineup to get some Ks. So Sale over 6.5 Ks. I think that's even money. Griffin Canning under 4.5 Ks or 2 leans. I may add it. I'll look more into it and see what we got going on. But just want to give you guys some more bet options as well. So that's what we got for the Friday show. Obviously, we will also have those Friday RBI props in the pinned comments as well. I did not mention that, but let's check out the bets recap. Those are my two best bets. Joe Ryan under 1.5 walks and the Angels team total over 1.5 runs in the first 5 innings. If you fast forward to this channel, first of all, I am sorry because you missed a lot of info. I gave out 4 hitter parlay ideas and 2 leans as well. All added plays will be in the pinned comments, X, and Discord, as well as those WNBA bets as well. So thank you guys for listening. I appreciate the support. I hope you all have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.